Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I set myself a challenge to get this wheel well insulated and plywood on before I leave. I leave for work tomorrow for probably a month or so. So I figured today would be a good chance to try out a new technique and get the wheel wells at least a little bit insulated and just a little more content to throw out there for you folks. The technique I like to try is something I've seen a lot on some shipbuilding, sailboat building channels, which is the template. You just literally just take some strips here. I'm just using some MDF I've had laying around forever. And cut and glue everything to size. Take out your template, take it to your material, trace it out, cut it. So let's try that out. My fiance and I lifted up the heater. We managed to get it out in one piece, thankfully. It's a little undersized. You can see quite a bit of floor up ahead of the foot pedal here. But I like to make another little structure, a box to slide up in there, insulated fairly well. Once I get the panels, everything put back in and see what we can do for insulation. I have to keep the factory blower and heater, I feel, so we can supply heat to the vents, the defrost vents, and keep that dash over there. I like the dash. It's not the ugliest thing in the world, but it'll stay. But enough talking and complaining. We'll just get back to work here. Well, that was a little more chaotic than I was hoping, but it should be all right. Probably seen in a time lapse that first can I had was defective or something. Couldn't get the cap to click onto that can of spray foam. There's freaking foam everywhere, so it's currently laying out in the middle of the yard. I should go pick it up and try the other tip before it freezes up. Whew. I'm glad it's warming up out there, which is good. You've probably seen, I did it off camera, but I painted that wheel well. Just some trim-clad rust primer. Probably should have waited a little bit, but it is what it is. I tried to piece it together, put the bottoms in, spray foam gaps in that, put more pieces in, spray foam more gaps, and just kind of work my way from the inside out, or outside in, however you look at it, just to make sure that wheel well is sealed up nice and tight. There'll be some trimming. You probably noticed I didn't put any on the forward section or on the floor, and that's mostly to do with I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to seal that door up. So there'll be some trimming to do on the back side, but it had to go in. It just had to be in there. On the back side of that. So I'm gonna let that set up probably till tomorrow. Gotta run and get more glue, and then we can secure the foam for the cabin area here. Secure that down. Put the plywood on. But first, I almost forgot. I wasn't gonna glue that in, but I forgot I gotta get this section in here for the seat and the wheel well. So yeah, figured I'd just do a real-time update on how I feel like it went. It was a little chaotic, but that's fine. And that's not the finished product, that's just the subfloor. There'll be some kind of a trim, or I'm not sure if it'll be nice and fancy or utilitarian, what it'll end up being, but that's a good step forward, I do think. There's a hole in there from the light. I'll patch that from the outside. And I think I'm gonna replicate what they did to the bus before I got it. There's spray foam all on the outside of that stairwell. Same with where the body meets the floor at the bottom. All along that 90-degree angle there. There's spray foam along the length of the bus and up in the wheel wells, which not so much insulation value, but I think it'll help really coin it up in here a little bit. Well, that's as far as I'm taking these stairs for now. I'll get these pieces of wood cut when I get the wall framed up to here, and I know what I want to do for the door frame. But let's step inside and see how it turned out. Internet meat pebbles. These are senior poodle. See? You're rotten. Yeah, you're rotten right to the core. So that's what I'm calling the cockpit floor, pretty much done. I want to bend some more metal to frame this out, because we do have an exhaust here, we got fuel lines, so I don't want all that heat and moisture and all that stuff contacting the metal directly, so I'll probably epoxy that in, make some nice frame, I'll make a nice frame to go in there. And this sucker, go back in. Foot pedal sits somewhere like that. The heater core goes back in there just like so. Feels good to get the floor done in here. So that's the floor as far as I'm going to take it for now, until I get a little closer with the walls and how I want to seal up these suckers. I'm going to make a little piece of trim to go underneath it here, seal up the bus, like the plywood from the outside, because this is all exposed. We have exhaust. We have exhaust right here, and I don't want moisture and heat and all that stuff messing with the plywood here. And that's another reason why I left that foam back, because I didn't want it too close to the exhaust here. And with that, that brings us to the end of this little journey. The front of the bus. Flooring is pretty much done. I got a little bit strips here and there to put in, but other than that, we are there. Thank you for everybody who's following along. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Ensure to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with your friends and family. Anybody who may be interested in converting an old school bus. My kind of thought here is just show you little bits, not go through a whole bunch every episode, but just little bites, little bites, little bites. A little easier to digest. It makes it easier, to me anyway, better than showing a bus being built in time lapse. You know, even though I am time lapsing it, I'm time lapsing little tiny bits. If you're interested in learning more, I'm not a how-to guy, I'm not a how-to channel, but I could certainly bring you along a little closer in depth with how I'm kind of figuring it all out, because honestly I'm just figuring this out as I go. I've watched plenty of YouTube and I'm pretty handy with my hands, so that's just how I roll, I guess. Well, that's it. See you later.